My name is Trevor Simon. I'm known as an international Grandmaster of Warri, and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about the game of Warri, how it came to Antigua, and some of the uses of the game. Warri is probably the oldest board game known to man. It is said to be over 3,000 years BC. And so Warri was brought to Antigua by our ancestors from Africa who was forced into slavery since the 17th century. And from that time until now, Antigua has been a Warri playing nation, producing a number of stalwart players from way back since those days up to the present day. And so you may ask, what is Warri? And we describe Warri as an African mathematical board game. In the wider world, the Warri Society describes Warri as an intellectual game for intellectual people. Here in our Warri Academy in Antigua, we just describe the game as a game of life because Warri teaches you so many things. Even though the colonial masters tried to drive the game underground on several occasions, our ancestors find creative ways to keep the game of Warri alive. Warri has always been a dominant force of the Antigua landscape. And over the years, we produce master players such as Uncle Bo, Gonzales, Spaniard, Saseye, Man Warren, Ernest Gregory, September Christian, Dagan Shield. These are all great master players of the past. And present day, we have players like Elwin Tipper Maskell, Elmo Boogie Joseph, Urkel, Jason Jacobs, Kevin Devil Edwards, Joseph Martin, Pumpkin Lewis, one of the stalwart of Warri in Antigua, still very much alive and playing, and a host of others. And the two forms of games that were brought to Antigua were a game that the ladies used to play a lot, we call Round the World. Internationally, it's known as French Warri. And so we are taught two versions, the French Warri or Round the World and Classical Warri, which is the most played game around the world right now. So we're urging all school principals across Antigua to avail the students of this opportunity so that they can come to the National Public Library anytime from 10:30 until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Immediately after Carnival, from the 6th to the 29th, we'll be doing an array of training, and we look forward to also going across to Barbuda to do the same. It is our plan also to do a pre-Christmas event of Warri, a national event of Warri, and you'll hear a lot more about that as we finalize the process. We will alert the public as to where and when this tournament will take place. So, as I said before, join us Antigua in this exciting encounter in our quest to revive Warri, part of our cultural heritage, and Antigua is known as the premier Warri playing nation in the Caribbean. So, we look forward to you joining with us, and we thank you for listening. Again, we're here to do a quick demonstration. I'm here with one of the students, Ezekiel from the Princess Margaret School, and we're going to demonstrate how the game is played. As you can see, we have a board before us with 48 seeds. Before Ezekiel has 6 pits on his side with 4 seeds each. He controls 24, I control 24. To begin with, the game is played in a counterclockwise direction. And each player will take turns in playing simultaneous moves without skipping anything. And when a capture comes up, we'll demonstrate how a capture is done. So I'll start by playing. Ezekiel, go. Now, at this juncture, Ezekiel has a move that he could capture 2 seeds. If he plays from that pit, he could capture 2 seeds here. You capture when your last seed lands in an area where it makes 2 or 3. You can remove those and place them in your storehouse. So Ezekiel, make your capture. And so we continue that process until someone is able to gain 25 seeds, which is 1 more than what we start with. To win a game, you capture 25 seeds. And so Ezekiel continue. The game continues, and like I said, until someone captures 25 seeds. And folks, the game of Warri, there's no luck or chance in Warri. And for the parents out there, when we teach the game of Warri, we don't only teach students how to play the game, but we also teach them how to use the game to improve their mental skills in mathematics. And we're going to do a demonstration shortly as to how that is done. So parents, students and teachers out there, we want you to know that when we teach Warri at the various levels, we don't only just teach the children how to play the game, we teach them how to use the game as a mathematical tool. And here we have an example where we have a pit here with a number of seeds that you cannot physically count with your eyes because there's so many seeds in there. So how do we get a student to tell us how many seeds are in this pit? Warri is a purely mathematical game. There's no chance of luck in Warri. And so I have Ezekiel here from the PMS school, and I'm going to ask Ezekiel to tell me how many seeds are in this pit without picking it up and counting it. And he should be able to do that in 15 seconds or less. So Ezekiel, tell the public how many seeds are in this hollow without picking it up or counting it. And explain to the public how you're going to solve this problem. Go ahead.
So basically, right, we all know that there's 48 seeds in Warri.
Good.
And there's 22 seeds on
the rest of the board.
On the rest of the board.
Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do with that 22 seeds?
So it's basically 22 seeds, and you take away 22 from 48. That leaves 26 right here.
Good. So there you are. That is a demonstration of how you can use the game to improve your mathematical and mental skills. And there's several other simulations that we do. We just want to demonstrate this part of it because there are a number of things that you learn in Warri. How to concentrate, how to plan, how to strategize, how to focus, and how to problem solve. And planning is a critical part of it. So this is part of the process of problem solving. And as we say, Warri is a game of life. And whatever you do, you're going to be able to, this game will help you to improve your life skills in general. So don't be afraid to send your children out to the workshops. There'll be a lot of benefits that they'll derive from it. And we thank you for listening, and we hope that we'll have a grand summer with a wide participation of students across Antigua taking part in the workshop. Thank you for listening once again.